Hello, everybody. Yesterday I gave you a little reading quiz asking your opinion about reading. And I asked because what I see is that students don't enjoy reading. And this might sound crazy, but reading can be fun. And if that sounds crazy to you, what research shows is that about the first grade, people start falling behind. And once they fall behind, it's really in learning comprehension and learning how to read. It's super hard to catch up. And so you may not ever remember, if you're struggling now, you may not actually remember ever enjoying reading. But I'm here to tell you, it is possible to not only understand what you're reading, but actually enjoy it. And here's a couple of things in one activity. Here's a couple of things you can do. We can focus on vocabulary. And the vocabulary breaks down into two parts. Okay, this is to help reading comprehension. Two parts. The first part is the phonics. We are going to attach significance to sound. That's what phonics are. All right. People who struggle to read, oftentimes because they don't recognize enough words to make sense of what they're reading. And so Google is super helpful here. What you can do is you can take the term. I picked conjunction because that's our grammar word. And people seemed a little unfamiliar with it, so that's all. I picked it for that reason. Go up to a Google tab. You can already see I've already done this. Conjunction definition, okay, and it brings up this word. And here's a couple of really cool things. One, you can click on it and listen to I don't know, Siri or whoever Google has say the word.
Conjunction.
Really super handy, huh? And then you can match it to the phonetical spelling of conjunction. And you can also practice. You can talk to Google. Conjunction. I did a good job. Hooray. And picking 2 or 3 words every day from English class, from science class, from math class, it doesn't matter. You get all kinds of crazy words in math class. That might be really good class to use these in. You'll start recognizing sound and significance, sound and meaning. And that's phonics, right? So actually take the time, do this with 2 different words, okay? So we're going to go over to our document, conjunction. Kind of like that, shun. Okay, phonetically, conjunction. And now we're attaching meaning to sound. And then we look at the root. This is a little bit trickier. We can still do it. If you go back to Google conjunction, you have to play around a little bit. And if you click on more, you'll see that conjunction has a Latin root. So here it is in English and Old French, conjoin, and then Latin conjunctio. Remember I said that English is hard because it comes from a whole bunch of different languages, like 4 languages all kind of melded together, and that's why our spelling is super crazy, and that's why English is kind of crazy, and it's hard to understand and see and recognize and hear all at the same time. It's a conjunction. It's a conjoining of several languages over a couple thousand years. All right. So my point. If we do a little bit of Google searching, if we care, then what we find out is that the root word is conjoin, and then you have the prefix and the suffix, and the prefix is actually con, and the suffix is shun, like that. And once we do this, we recognize their significance, these prefixes and suffixes, and that allows us to see patterns, to recognize patterns, audibly with phonics, and visually with the root and the form, prefixes and suffixes. And now anytime we come across a word that starts with con, we can find a little bit of meaning from it. Right? Convene, Congress, Constitution. Right? Con begins all of these words, and there's a pattern to recognize there. And so there's no definition here. We're focusing on meaning from sound, and we're focusing on meaning from form. So do this 2 or 3 words every day, all right, every day, and that'll help you with reading comprehension significantly.